There's a new study done by researchers here at Georgia Tech in Atlanta and NC State University in Raleigh, North Carolina. And this new study is about the COVID-19 transmission, how it passes from person to person. And the initial findings of this study paint a very horrifying picture for students who go to school unmasked and unvaccinated. When I went through this article this morning, I kept thinking about these screaming, obscene parents who want their children exposed to the most dangerous aspect of public life right now that their kids can be exposed to. It's not a car wreck. It's not even a gunshot. It's COVID-19. And yet these parents insist that they want their children to be unmasked, unvaccinated. They will, by God, not listen to any mandate that comes from any public health authority or any government authority. This is crazy. I always thought that parents understood that the prime directive of being a parent, everything else is secondary to this, is to protect your child, to protect your children. That's number one. It's instinctive. It comes as a result of millions of years of evolution. And yet here in the United States today, white people are refusing to vaccinate their children or go along with a mask mandate because they're saying it infringes on their freedom. And I have a hard time with that. Freedom to allow my child to die needlessly. These are some sick, horribly fucked up parents. I mean, I can't comprehend sending your child out into the world with the full and certain knowledge, unless you're a Christian fascist, that your child is taking a risk with his or her life if he or she is not vaccinated or masked if she's under the age of 12. And you, the parent, standing there screaming at doctors and school teachers and public health people and politicians about, by damn, your freedom's not going to be infringed. It's madness. Madness. The insanity of Christian fascists. Just the broad spectrum madness of these people. They won't accept sensible gun laws, which pretty much guarantees the continuation of children being shot dead. They won't get behind and advocate for masks because somehow they think it infringes on the freedom of who? They want death and destruction. This, and I've said this before, I've said this a number of times. And it's going to piss people off, but at this point, I no longer care. I really don't. Christianity is a death cult. It is a blood cult. It is a murder cult. I mean, the symbol of the religion is an instrument of torture. Oh. Christianity has been responsible for more bloodshed, more death, sickness, destruction than any other construct that the human species has ever put together. And yet here we are, and we still have people early into the 21st century who think that they're made up pretend people, gods and things are going to save them and protect them and take care of them. And if they're good little people, they're going to go to this paradise after they die. This is goddamn. I mean, if they want to believe that, okay, but not to the point where it interferes with public health policy or diplomacy or governance. If somebody wants to be so fucking crazy as to believe religious garbage, okay, but will you please keep it in your temples and mosques and houses of worship, and keep it out of everything else? Oh. So yeah, Christianity is behind this modern form of Christianity, this devolved sickness, this blood cult. And I've said it a million times, if let's leave Jesus of Nazareth out of it, he probably would find the whole thing incredibly hysterical. But let's go with Peter, who established the Church of Rome, that be, the foundations of Christianity. Peter tried to convince everybody that Jesus was this benign creature who was about love and peace and kissy face and, so on and so forth. When in fact, I don't think that was true at all. I think he was one of many self-proclaimed messiahs who are trying to get the Romans the fuck out of the Holy Land, out of Israel. Get out. Kind of like the Taliban right now. Get out. But if we accept what Peter convinced everybody in the early church, then these modern day Christians are doing nothing that their so-called Messiah told them to do. Nothing. In fact, they're doing the exact opposite. So yeah, not to belabor the point, he said, as he belabors the point, but the Christian fascists are the ones behind this madness. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.